Hello and welcome to Traffic Talks. My name is Pyro and I talk about what's going on in my life, usually with a lesson I've learned, some tips and tricks you can follow that helped me, and a lot of laughs in each episode. If this sounds like something you would enjoy hearing, feel free to follow the podcast, subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and to see what I'm up to, you can check out my Instagram page linked below. Bye! Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I know it has been about a month, essentially the entire month of October, which is literally at its end considering it's Halloween today. Hopefully I get it up by today. But I took a month-long break because I literally lost my voice. I was terribly sick. I was on medication. I was forced to kind of take a break from the podcast because if I can't speak, I can't record, I can't upload. That was difficult, but I did it and I'm much better for it. I am going to insert a clip right about here that I recorded when I was sick. My voice sounds very different, but I wanted to record myself so that I could remember what it was like to be in that zone. So please hold for the Pyro that was terribly ill and could barely speak. So I just wanted to add this in to whenever I edit and record my next episode because it's probably going to be a while. I sound horrendous. You guys know this is not how I usually sound. To speak even hurts. I'm on medication, so everything is woozy and drowsy and just not fully functioning right now. But this is what I sound like. I could literally not speak 2 days ago. Yesterday was hard. Today it's a little bit better, but like it feels I can't even speak. Wow, okay. It feels like there's a burning coal in my chest. So I'm hopefully gonna get better soon. I've been on medication. I'm healing slowly, but I was recovering and then I just took a turn for the worst. So I'm not sure when I'm gonna get back to uploads, but hopefully it's gonna be soon. So yeah, this is what I sounded like when I was deeply, deeply sick. So yeah, that is me. That was what I sounded like a few weeks ago. I have since recovered and I am currently on a mini vacay, staycay, whatever you want to call it, at my cousin's house. I got a hot drink with me right now and I'm enjoying it. It's a Sunday and I'm just living my best life. I wanted to use this as kind of a catch-up for everything that has been going on for the entire month, which is not much because I was sick. But that aside, being sick and not being able to speak does give you a lot of time to think and to listen. And I did have every single week's episode planned. I had planned on doing a plan with me kind of episode at the beginning of the month. I had a World Mental Health Day episode planned for the 11th October. And the actual mental health day was on the 10th. I planned on doing a birth chart analysis, spooky Halloween October vibe thing. And then I planned on doing an actual other Halloween podcast last week, which I didn't get to. So I thought I'd just mash up what I was doing and the fact that it's Halloween and what I plan on doing, even though I'm not really a Halloween person. But yeah, I'm just going with the vibes. So let's start at the beginning of the month. I got sick. It was not fun. My chest, as you heard in the clip, was on fire. And I think it was some sort of an infection of like the bronchial kind. So I was on meds and I eventually healed. My voice eventually came back and I got on with it. So I did recover. And by that time, I was just not fully healed but recovered. So if it's confusing, it's basically saying technically you are no longer sick, so you are free to go back to work, but you are not completely healed. You are still tired, you are still fatigued, you are still stressed. There's a lot of background things that need to catch up, And that's what I was dealing with up until now. Like, I'm finally caught up on my rest and my exercising and my water and things like that. And it's small steps like that I truly enjoy taking, because you just never know when you're going to get to it. Because a lot of time the problem is finding time for things, which is a phrase I hate, because time is not a set of keys you lose and find somewhere again. You've got 24 hours in a day, but it's not the same for everyone. Some people already know, yeah, I'm going to sleep for about 7 hours. I can't get a full 8. I'm going to work for about 10 hours, because let's be realistic. They say it's an 8-hour work day. There's an hour for lunch, but it takes you an hour to get there and an hour to get back. It's not really 8 hours or a 9 to 5. That's another lie people are told. And everyone has different things they need to do. Some people need to come home, take care of a family. Others have pets to take care of. Others have elderly family members to deal with. There are a lot of factors in people's lives that others do not know about or aren't aware about. And those do cause a lot of issues for people, because not everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. Yes, everyone has 24 hours. That's a fact. There are 24 hours in a day. But not everyone's 24 hours looks the same, feels the same, is filled in the same way. So everyone has their different requirements that they need to meet every day. And a lot of times we are unsympathetic to that. So finding my routines has definitely helped me. And that's why I was so excited to make an entire episode about planning, which I still intend to make, because I've done a lot of reflections in the last few months, and I've discovered a lot of things about myself, and that includes doing a end of month reflection, including the small wins I've got for the month, as well as the big wins, how much progress I've made on my goals, what I can improve on, things like that. And there has been months or weeks even where I've had to dig deep to find anything I can pat myself on the back about. And something as simple as saying, I stretched 3 times this week, I drank my water every day, I did minimal things like social media or anything, which honestly I still haven't done. I'm still trying on that one, but because I'm never on social media. Anyway, essentially I dig deep and find the small wins, the big wins, everything like that. And that has helped me narrow down a lot of things. And I literally made a note to myself earlier to write things down in my planner, because I've discovered I'm someone who, if I don't write it down, it doesn't happen, which is why I'm very pedantic about writing down my episodes for the month, what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it, what I need to research, things like that. So it's very simple sounding in saying just find a routine, find some time. No, it's literally trial and error. It's seasonal, it's situational, it's very, very tailored to you. There is not a one size fits all. And this is something that aggravates me a lot about the productivity culture hustle thing that's been going on, where people have come out of this bubble of working from home and taking care of yourself and your mental health and things like that, to pushing people into this hustle and grind culture again, which I am firmly against. I am more about doing you in your best way possible, because for me, I'm not earning a ton of money, but the benefits I have by doing the job I do outweighs any monetary value. I can come to my cousin's house like I am now and be here from the middle of the workday, no problem, and just work remote via my laptop. Best thing ever. If I was chained to a desk, I would have had to put in leave, I would have had to know in advance, I would have had to do all sorts of things. And my cousin's coming home on Monday, I can still work from here. I've got no issues with that. Everything is sorted. Like, that is the beauty of it. And the fact that I am not
in any way, shape or form hating my job and things like that might upset other people. Because look, I'm literally doing the job for the money. I don't have a passion for what I'm currently doing as a job, as a 9 to 5, but the perks outweigh everything, and I can work on a lot of my passions within that job, so to speak. I've got my weekends to myself. I can remote work from different places. I can put in leave when I need time off. It's not an issue. And because I work from home, I live nearby a lot of places. My mom does need my help sometimes when her knee acts up. So I'm able to then help out at home as well. I'm also able to eat better because I can get home cooked meals. And there are all sorts of other perks. I'm sure I've mentioned this previously. And if not, prepare to hear it a lot. But that is essentially it. I know my 24 hours and how I structure it because you have to push the time blocks. You got to make them yourself. You have to allocate them and you have to stick to them. And that's not easy because that falls in line with boundaries, which was a mental health episode. You got to set boundaries. You got to keep them. People are going to backslide. You're going to take 2 steps forward and go 2 steps back. It's not easy. It's not fun. And it's crappy to have to tell people no, especially for someone like me who's a people pleaser. But also, it's hard to tell people no because you know there's a reason they're asking you. And sometimes it's because they know like you are someone who can do this thing, and other times it's because they're taking an advantage. And that is the distinction you need to make. If you can do something, do it. If you can't, don't go and break your back for someone who's not willing to do the same for you. That is actually a line in a song I sent a friend of mine. I think I've mentioned the song before. It's "If I Don't Have You, I'll Still Have Me" by an artist named Sign or Scene, or I still don't know how to pronounce her name, but it's spelled C-Y-N. And there was a line in that particular song that goes, "I broke my back because I thought you would too." And that to me is very powerful because for someone like me, I'm always willing to give 150 million% to anyone who needs it, and not willing to give myself an inch edgewise. So I get that. I understand that willingness to give, but I've had to learn to reel that in. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't fun. It was hard. There were days where I would just break down and cry because it's like, I truly want to help this person, but I am literally unable to, and now I'm feeling bad. And that I had to learn was not the right response. Crying to yourself because you can't help someone, even though you are too sick, you are in too much pain, you physically cannot, and now you feel bad because of it, is not a good reason. Like, I was just out of hospital and I couldn't help someone, and like I was crying. Like, that is not good. I just came out of hospital. Why am I breaking my back? Like, I got out of surgery. Why? So it's something that's been a long time coming, but I think it's something that was necessary. And I've been doing a lot of reflection, especially since my 30th birthday is coming up. And it's something I think everyone needs to do, not all the time, but just work on slowly, and it starts with just taking note. Even if you don't change anything, take note of it, find the patterns, find the routines, and see what's going on, because that will open your eyes monumentally. The next 2 episodes of the month I was going to speak about was the episode that I was going to do about my birth chart analysis that I got done. So I got both the tropical and the sidereal versions of my birth chart done. It's free, it's online, you can literally Google it and it should pop up. But I wanted to do an analysis of what it said because I love these kinds of things, and I thought it would be fun to tie it into Halloween, the month of spookiness. But in doing more research, a lot of people are like, you never reveal your birth chart in terms of like specific dates and times, especially in the Chinese culture, if I'm not mistaken, because it's literally your life. And if, according to them, your enemies get a hold of you, they will know what's coming. So that's why you don't. But I don't believe in that part of it. I do believe in the birth charts, which I'm really excited about. So I might do an episode about that, might not. We'll see. And then the last episode I was going to do for the month, which would have gone up last week Tuesday, is this episode, which is the Halloween episode. And I am not a Halloween person in terms of creepy, scary, lose my mind kind of videos and movies and things. That is not me. But I actually gave it a try. A friend of mine has a podcast called Young, Wild and Freaked. It is a horror podcast, and one of the movies he reviewed for the very first episode was actually Fear Street Part 1. And I pushed myself, and I loved the episode so much. I pushed myself to actually watch the film, which was terrifying, and I enjoyed it. It scared the living daylights out of me, and I'm still about, a third way through of the second Fear Street, because it's all available on Netflix. This is not sponsored, nothing like that. But I watched the first one, and it took about 3 hours because I kept pausing it to just breathe, take a walk, come back. Like, I can't sit still. It's too creepy that way. I hate that. But I eventually got through Fear Street Part 1. I'm busy with Fear Street Part 2. Lord alone knows when I'll finish it. And then there's still a third one. But I did push myself, and I'm very proud of that. So it's an awesome podcast. You should go listen to it. I loved it, and I'm not a horror fan, but it was amazing, and the movie was good. I also plan on watching the movie that came out with Charlize Theron. It's got something to do about like good and bad witches and things like that. It's a 2 hour and something movie, so I need to just prepare to watch that. I'm probably gonna do it tonight. And then I also want to watch the new Bring It On movie, Cheer or Die. I'm so excited to watch it. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, which is beyond me, but I am one of the biggest Bring It On fans. From the first one up until this one, I lost my mind. I loved it. Like, I would go and hire the movies at the DVD shop. I was obsessed. I actually bought the direct-to-video second one, Bring It On Again. I have it on DVD. I will find a picture and post it. Like, that is my jam. I'm very, very big on Bring It On. Like, I love it. I could never rank the movies. I do think In It to Win It is one of my favorites. I definitely think like the OG Bring It On is a classic for a reason. In It to Win It is awesome. Fight to the Finish is next level. Anyway, before I go off on a tangent, I'm just gonna say I freaking love Bring It On. So I'm very excited to watch this Halloween type of Bring It On. I'm excited, and everyone's got comments about it. I've ignored what everyone said, and I've thoroughly excited myself to watch it. So I do have those two movies that I'm gonna watch as my Halloween themed marathon, Halloween-a-thon, if I can call it that. And then I don't think I've got anything else spooky that I want to watch. I don't know if this counts, but I do like watching the tapes, sagas and series that Netflix has. So for example, like the Ted Bundy tapes, the Jeffrey Dahmer tapes I'm currently busy with. I think I need one more episode to finish the series. So like, yeah, that's my jam. But in terms of Halloween, I don't like creepy things. I've never seen it, by the way. I still haven't watched Stranger Things. And these are like modern day classics. Like, these are things you need to watch. My brother and sister love Stranger Things. They binged, I think it was season 3 or 2. It dropped, and literally the Saturday from the morning till the night, they watched every single episode. So I'm just like, I don't think I can do that. It's too creepy. No, thank you. Peace and I'm done. Like, I can't. So I don't like creepy things, but it was really, really good. And that's funny because I loved Supernatural. It gave me nightmares for 3 months, but I loved it. So I think I can do this. I will figure it out. Like, that is my thing. I will figure it out. But yeah, that is my Halloween catch-up episode. I think that's what I'm going to name it, because I had no idea. I just wanted to get back into the swing of things. So that is me back at it. So yeah, I wait, I need to find a song. Okay, so back into the swing of things. Like, this is, wow, I had to pause to just find my rhythm again. But yeah, that is the end of the episode, and I'm very happy to announce the song of this week is a horror classic, and it is Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell. I think I have put this song somewhere in the world as a song of the week. I do not care. I know there are enough songs on this earth to have a different one every week, but I love that one to bits and pieces. Like, I can't. That is like the ultimate Halloween song for me. So that is the song of the week. That is my 2 cents. It's been a while. It's gonna take me a while to edit this, but I will get it done. And I will see you in next week's episode. Happy Halloween, and keep being a better human being. Love you. Bye.